I come into your office or something,
Yep.
and you say your call is to be a life coach of sorts.
Yep.
I
Yep.
come in, doesn't matter what age. I'm just like, what am I called to do? How do I
Yeah.
discern?
That's a good question, and it's hard to say. I have a friend of mine that does a lot of counseling, and the interesting thing he'll sit down with someone like you, and he'll say, "Tell me about your life. Tell me about what you did when you were in kindergarten that you really liked. Tell me about what you did when you were in ninth grade that you just thought, this is incredible that I get to do this. Tell me about something that happened to you in high school and college." And he'll take people and walk them through their lives. And it's fascinating how he can begin to see a thread that weaves through all these events. And he can begin to tell them with some incredible insight, kind of what their calling is. Another thing we do, we work with a lot of kids coming out of college in this whole area of calling. And we challenge them to say, what has God gifted you? What are you good at? And we even use a secular test like the Strength Finder test. And we have them take that, and it shows like 5 things that they're particularly gifted in. We ask them about their passions. What are you really passionate about? Because I think your personality, your gifts, your passions are all things that God has given you. And those are clues to what kind of your calling is, not only for a particular vocational setting, but this larger overall arching idea of calling. For example, people don't think about passions as being important, but they're incredibly important. One of my passions is freedom. If I had to sit in a cubicle every day, in a job, I'd last about an hour. I have to be free to get up and move around, and that's just a passion of mine. Now, but here was the problem as a Christian. That passion can easily become an idol in my life. So that freedom becomes the ultimate thing. Anytime you make a good thing an ultimate thing, it becomes an idol, and you begin to worship it instead of God. So what I had to do is take my passion for freedom to the foot of the cross, and I had to become a slave to Christ to understand what freedom was all about. So I think one of the dangerous things when we talk about passions is letting our passions play too big of a part in the way we think. Give me another example. My wife, for example, one of her passions is security, and I think that's a good thing. I think a lot of women have that. But if she tries to find security in a husband or a job or a home, she'll lose it. It's only when she brings that passion for security to the foot of the cross and realizes that Christ is her only security that she really ever becomes secure. So I think we talk to a lot of people about this idea of passions. It's important, but you have to get it into the right perspective if it's really going to be useful for helping you find your calling and what it is you're supposed to do.